illness, a wish can feel like a dream. But with your help, it isn't out of reach. Wishes are an important part of medical treatment. A chance for kids to see themselves stronger, braver, to see that the impossible is possible. Wishes can give kids the strength to fight, to get better, to grow up. Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Breaking news in America this morning. Former Major League Baseball superstar David Ortiz is shot inside a nightclub. The Red Sox legend rushed into surgery overnight after being shot in the back. The suspect beaten by the crowd. What Ortiz told the ER doctors and what his father is saying this morning.
The deadly crane collapse in Dallas.
Oh my God!
Witnesses described the moment this crane came crashing through their apartment building. Cars in a garage piled up on top of each other like toys. One man dangling over the edge.
A major theme park is evacuated. People running for their lives as a fast-moving wildfire approaches. Families trying to flee in their cars, then told to stay put.
Caught on camera, 2 children playing on a backyard trampoline when wind sends them airborne over a wall.
Celebrating too soon, a newspaper accidentally congratulates the Stanley Cup champs. Only problem is, they're not the champs yet.
And the key to happiness?
Love and marriage.
The A-list celebrity who just revealed that she lives only part-time with her new husband. Is this the secret to marital bliss?
I tell you.
From ABC News in New York, this is America This Morning.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We do begin with breaking news. Former Major League Baseball star David Ortiz has been shot at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic.
The Red Sox legend is out of surgery at this hour. Police say he was ambushed, shot in the back. Now the search is on for answers as to why. Red Sox legend David Ortiz shot, but this morning recovering from the attack caught on camera.
Showing the suspect walking inside the restaurant and basically just shooting.
Witnesses say the gunman jumped off a motorcycle, walked into the Dominican Republic nightclub, and shot Ortiz at point-blank range in the back. The bullet exited through his stomach. Surveillance video shows people in the club scattering for safety. ABC News is not showing the moment Ortiz is shot. Police say the gunman was captured and beaten by an angry crowd. Before going into surgery, a local reporter says Ortiz told emergency room doctors, quote, "Please don't let me die. I'm a good man." This Instagram video appears to show Ortiz just hours before the shooting in the capital city of Santo Domingo, where the 43-year-old was born.
A 3-run home run for Big Papi. The Red Sox win in spectacular fashion.
Big Papi, as he's affectionately known, played for the Red Sox for 14 of his 20 seasons in the major leagues. He was a 10-time All-Star and a 3-time World Series champion. This morning, his former teammate Pedro Martinez tweeted this picture of the two, writing, "Can't wait to hear your voice. My thoughts and prayers are with you. See you soon." The motive for the attack remains unclear, but police said overnight they've ruled out robbery. Again, Ortiz is out of surgery. He's in stable condition this morning and is expected to be okay. His father saying overnight that Big Papi will be around for a long time.
And some good news there. Well, now to that crane collapse in Dallas, killing 1 person and injuring several others. It happened as near hurricane-force winds hit the area. One witness said the crane cut through the building like a knife through butter. This morning, a terrifying scene in Dallas.
Oh my God, the crane is falling over. Oh my God.
A massive crane crashing down, slicing through this 5-story apartment building. Emergency crews evacuating people inside. And part of that crane also slamming into a parking garage. Pictures from inside show several cars piled on top of one another, with search teams and dogs walking amid the rubble as they searched for any people who may be trapped.
Every single level of the parking garage in part has collapsed. We have no idea at this point whether any people were in those cars or just in that parking garage in general.
This man says he spotted his neighbor who was trapped in a car as it dangled over the edge of the collapsed garage.
Back of his window, just struggling. Me and one of my neighbors was like, yo, we got to get him out of there. Like, he's in a freaking car that's hanging, that's about to fall.
The crane collapsed as a ferocious storm moved through the area with wind gusts of 71 miles per hour at Dallas Love Field, at one point knocking out power to the airport. Cameras captured the powerful winds pushing this billboard, damaging several cars below. And 2 of the people injured in the crane collapse were in critical condition overnight. The company that owns the crane has not yet issued a public comment on what happened.
The Six Flags Magic Mountain Amusement Park near Los Angeles will be open this morning, a day after a nearby wildfire caused a chaotic scene. Visitors scrambled to leave the park, but shortly after an evacuation was ordered, everyone was told to stay where they were because the flames were too close to the emergency routes.
People were running, people were going with their cars, buses were driving by, kids were covering their mouths, saying that they couldn't breathe and that they had asthma, and people were panicking. We were just about to get into the park, and we had to turn around.
Incredible scenes there. At least 12 people were rushed to the hospital for smoke inhalation. The fire was still burning overnight. Authorities are investigating how it started.
Now to the crowded campaign trail leading nearly all of the Democratic presidential hopefuls to the same stage in Iowa. 19 of them attended a fundraiser without frontrunner Joe Biden, and each candidate had 5 minutes to make their case. Some took the time to slam President Trump for using tariffs as leverage to cut a last-minute deal with Mexico. Critics claim part of the deal are nothing new. ABC's Serena Marshall has more from Washington. Serena, good morning.
Janae, Kenneth, good morning to both of you. And as you said it, this field is very crowded, and each candidate trying to make their mark ahead of that first presidential contender debate scheduled for later this month.
19 candidates, 1 state. Each hoping to make their mark in the state that plays a unique role in picking the next Democratic nominee.
They're ready for change, and I got a plan for that.
The Iowa caucus may be more than 230 days away, but the Democratic field is crowded. One way to hear what they all have to say? Candidate speed dating. It was actually a fundraiser, but each one given just 5 minutes to make their pitch.
On all of these issues, there's a common sense way forward.
If you want a second date, go to TimRyanForAmerica.com.
One candidate not playing, former Vice President Joe Biden, at his granddaughter's high school graduation. He's still leading in the latest Iowa poll, though, and while many of the candidates throughout the weekend took veiled swipes at Biden, they didn't shy away from taking direct aim at the president.
The president has completely overblown what he purports to have achieved.
Over the deal with Mexico to avert the president's promised tariffs. That includes Mexico sending 6,000 troops to their own southern border. It had been promised months ago, but the administration saying not at this number. Acting Homeland Security Secretary on Fox News.
This is the first time we've heard anything like this kind of number of law enforcement being deployed in Mexico to address migration.
Over the weekend, the president renewed that tariff threat, writing on Twitter that if this border agreement fails, they can always go back to their, quote, previous very profitable position on tariffs. Janae, Kenneth.
And those tariffs that would have taken effect today. Serena Marshall in Washington, thank you.
Let's take a look now at your Monday forecast.
Good morning. Widespread wet weather reaching from the Great Lakes down to the Deep South, from Detroit, Pittsburgh, Roanoke, Philadelphia, Atlanta, all the way down as far south as Miami. We could see up to 15 inches of rain in some areas, and we're looking for more rain in southern portions of Texas, going over towards El Paso, and then covering a good chunk of New Mexico. Then in the west, it's about the heat. Triple-digit heat, dry conditions for the entire West Coast, perhaps causing more problems with fires. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Paul Williams.
Coming up, some big travel trouble. The computer problem that canceled more than 1,200 flights across the country.
Also ahead, 2 boys jumping on a backyard trampoline when the wind sends it airborne. The important safety warning from their families.
Plus, the hot topic that got an estimated 1 million people protesting the streets of one city.
Meet Kimo. After last night's storm, he's not feeling any aloha. His old jealousies leaked water everywhere. But today, he replaced them with Palmer louvers from his local hardware store. Kimo liked them for their tight ceiling, full ventilation, ease of operation, and durability. So now Kimo is full of aloha again. Mahalo, Palmer.
Grandma gave us her old couch.
Uh-oh, found something. They're back. Call Environ Control. For everything you see, there's many others hiding. Environ Control has the solution. Click or call to schedule a free estimate today. Take back your home again. Environ Control.
From the smallest cottage to the largest house on the block, Wisteria Lane has something for everyone. Transform your home with one of our wide selection of flooring, a luxurious look for the everyday homeowner, and with an unbeatable pricing. Visit Wisteria Lane today.
It's that time of year again. Catch Giants baseball on our sister station, MeTV, all season long. For the complete game schedule, head to our website, KITV.com.
The San Francisco Giants host against the Milwaukee Brewers live on MeTV.
Mario Lopez, Average Andy.
Andy was kind enough to volunteer to play against Mario.
Hold up, the battle of the summer.
Losing ain't an option.
How do you like these apples? Hey. Plus, we're walking.
This is neat.
With Kevin Nealon.
Let me check my GPS.
That thing will have you going in the river.
Next new Ellen.
Ellen, weekdays on KITV.
I'm Nicole Kalakau. I'm a trial lawyer at Levitt Yamane and Soldner. There's no greater feeling than helping people who are at their lowest of lows. I hope you never need us. But if you do, we'll do all we can to help.
In 3 days, Good Morning America will pop up live somewhere in America. The Good Morning America pop-up show, Thursday morning.
This is all that's left of a home in rural Illinois. An explosion killed 2 people while a church service was being held across the street. The blast was so powerful it blew out windows down the block. It's presumed the explosion was caused by the home's propane tank.
A massive GPS failure has been causing travel chaos across the country. Thousands of flights have been canceled or delayed on regional jet carriers. The FAA says GPS-based satellite navigation systems were reporting error messages. It's unclear if the problem was caused by poor data or software upgrade. The regional carriers affected include SkyWest, Mesa, PSA, GoJet, and Endeavor.
Police in Washington, D.C. say a man with a BB gun was responsible for the panic at the city's Pride Parade this weekend. Several people were injured as hundreds ran from the scene fearing an active shooter. Police say no shots were fired. It's unclear if the sounds from falling metal barriers were mistaken for gunshots. Officers say the man with the BB gun now faces weapon and disorderly conduct charges.
Turning overseas, Hong Kong's leader says a controversial bill will move forward despite a historic protest. Organizers say 1 million people marched in opposition to the proposal, which will allow people charged with crimes to be extradited for trial in China. Critics fear the law will strip defendants of certain rights. Hong Kong is a semi-autonomous region in China with its own political powers. This morning, Hong Kong's top official promised that safeguards will protect human rights.
We have newly released a surveillance video of a trampoline sending 2 boys airborne in Tempe, Arizona. A powerful gust of wind lifted the trampoline, hurling the boys over a brick wall and onto the street. Both were hurt, but one boy was seriously injured with a fractured elbow and pelvis injury. The boys are now speaking out about their scary ordeal.
The trampoline just lifts up into the air and goes over to the wall. It happened in a blink of an eye, and
yeah, it
then we just hit the ground
super quick. And I just remember like once being on the trampoline and then being on the floor.
Severe weather has caused trampolines accidents before. Experts recommend chaining them down or even using sandbags to weigh them down during storms.
A bear with a sweet tooth was on the prowl in Southern California. He was spotted, look closely there, munching on some Twizzlers, a whole bag of them, while relaxing on the wall outside this home. And he wasn't bothered by those neighbors watching him. He was looking back. When he was done with the candy, He just wandered off. The whole bag. A greedy little bear.
You can't just have one.
I guess not.
Coming up, the big advertising mistake in the newspaper.
But first, the hiker rescued after 6 days, lost and alone in the wilderness, describes what finally made him feel better.
And up next, the wild police shootout over an Amazon Alexa.
If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, little things can be a big deal. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, 75% clear skin is achievable. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ready to treat differently with a pill? Otezla. Show more of you.
I have big news. You can now brush and floss at the same time. Introducing Waterpik Sonic Fusion, the world's first flossing toothbrush. Brushing, even with an electric toothbrush, only gets the surface. But Waterpik Sonic Fusion thoroughly cleans those areas that other products miss. It's one step to a complete clean. And best of all, it's clinically proven to be twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Take in fragrance inspired by nature with Airwick Essential Mist. It transforms natural essential oils into mist, filling the room with fragrance, pausing when it's just right. Experience Airwick Essential Mist.
Searching for a way to help stop your cold sore? Only Abreva can get rid of it in as little as 2.5 days when used at the first sign. Abreva starts to work immediately to block the virus and protect healthy cells. Abreva acts on it so you can too.
What's the matter?
I heard there were fleas out here.
And ticks. And mosquitoes. Listen up, scaredy cats. We all have K9 Advantix 2 to protect us. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too.
I'll start on this side and tell me what state you're from.
This way.
Well, this is a good sight to see. Former President Jimmy Carter has made his return to Sunday school.
He hasn't taught his class at the Baptist Church in Plains, Georgia since breaking his hip last month. Well-wishers lined up overnight in the rain to welcome back President Carter, who is 94 years young and looking good.
Look at him there. And we turn now to that Florida police officer critically injured after a wild shootout with a suspect.
Police say it all started when the suspect shot his wife's Amazon Echo smart speaker. Here's ABC's Diane Macedo.
2 officers are injured. A suspect is facing multiple charges, and a Florida neighborhood is riddled with bullets after a bizarre standoff that started with an argument over an Amazon Echo.
I've been living here since 2002 and haven't seen anything like this go on.
The Pasco County Sheriff's Office says the first call came in at 12:30 in the morning when a woman reported that her parents were in a physical fight after her father shot at the Amazon Alexa.
As our deputies arrived on scene, they saw that the wife was battered. The mother was really upset because the husband had shot at her Alexa.
With his wife out of the house, police say they spent an hour trying to convince the suspect, Terrence Peters, to come out as well. When he didn't respond, they went in.
As they were going towards the door, the bedroom door, the suspect started shooting. Our deputies were able to exchange fire back, but at one moment, one of our deputies gets hit in the leg and the artery. He goes down.
Eventually, the shooting stopped, and around 4 a.m., police finally sent a robot into the home, discovering the suspect on the ground with a gunshot wound to the head. Next to him was a handgun and a semi-automatic rifle. Another officer also suffered a graze wound, but police say this could have been even worse.
He was shooting at everybody.
Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Thanks to our friend Diane there. Well, a lightning strike caused a biker's death in Central Florida. This is the victim's helmet. Police say he was struck by lightning while riding his motorcycle on Interstate 95 near Ormond Beach yesterday. He was flipped off the bike when it veered off the road.
A hiker who was rescued after spending 6 days stranded in the Arkansas wilderness has now been released from the hospital. Joshua McClatchy of Texas says his rescue was the result of hundreds of miracles. He was on a solo hike to celebrate his 38th birthday when he got lost. He texted his mother to call for help, and searchers used his cell phone signal and a helicopter with infrared technology to zero in on his location.
When they found me, they let me take a couple of sucks off a Camelback. It was so refreshing. I had an IV before I made it down, so I was starting to feel considerably better.
McClatchy said he thought he'd never see anybody again. That terrain was so rough, it took rescuers 4 hours to carry him out.
In sports, the big question going into tonight's Game 5 of the NBA Finals is whether the NBA and the Golden State Warriors will have Kevin Durant in their lineup. He hasn't played in the series yet because of a calf injury. Toronto could wrap up its first ever NBA championship with a win tonight.
And in hockey, it will be winner-take-all Wednesday in Boston after the Bruins won Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final in St. Louis last night. They beat the Blues 5-1 to force a Game 7. And it's possible the Bruins were inspired by this, a letter congratulating the Blues on winning their first Stanley Cup made it into the digital edition of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. It mistakenly appeared a few hours before last night's game. The newspaper has apologized for the error, and boy, are they hoping that they'll get to run that after all.
Wishful reporting?
I guess so. Up next in the Pulse, big news for gamers, the next generation Xbox.
Also ahead, Gwyneth Paltrow's very unusual living situation. Could it be the key to marital bliss?
Plus, the day at the beach that did not go as planned.
Some see trails as only muddy paths, steep climbs, and rough terrain. But we see things differently. There are trails to blaze everywhere. On asphalt, stone, brick, from Rubicon Trail to Brooklyn Bridge Trail to Michigan Avenue Trail. Because if it's on Earth, it's a trail. And wherever yours leads, the redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee will take you there.
For mild to moderate eczema, there's prescription Eucrisa. It's steroid-free. Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa or its ingredients. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa.
Oh, she's hungry. Snack attack. Open that fridge.
Go, Bullseye, go!
Hunger calls. Make way for the big cheese. See Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4.
Feel the clarity of non-drowsy Claritin and relief from symptoms caused by over 200 indoor and outdoor allergens, like those from Buddy. Because stuffed animals are clearly no substitute for real ones. Feel the clarity and live Claritin Clear.
Hey, great dog. What do you feed him?
Blue Buffalo. Lizzie gets Purina dog chow.
Ever read the ingredients? Could you read a few?
Of course. Deboned chicken, whole grain corn, chicken meal, meat and bone meal, brown rice, corn gluten meal, barley, animal fat, oatmeal, soybean meal.
While both foods provide complete and balanced nutrition, 9 out of 10 dog chow feeders prefer the ingredients in Blue Buffalo. And get your dog delicious blue treats, the tasty treat you'll feel good about giving.
Ella's Sparkly a Day drink. Use one reusable bottle, add 3 pumps for light carbonation, 2 drops of raspberry, and 1 very refreshing post. Sparkling water by you at a touch of a button. SodaStream.
In 3 days, Good Morning America will pop up live somewhere in America. The Good Morning America pop-up show, Thursday morning.
Time to check the polls, starting with Broadway's biggest night.
The 73rd Annual Tony Awards were held at Radio City Music Hall. James Corden opened the show with a musical extravaganza, dancing alongside the Tony nominees.
Bryan Cranston picked up his 2nd Tony for leading actor in a play for his portrayal of Howard Beale in Network. And actress Ali Stroker made history and won Best Featured Actress for her role in Oklahoma. Stroker is the first actor using a wheelchair to ever win a Tony.
This award is for every kid who is watching tonight who has a disability,
who has a limitation or a challenge, who has been waiting to see themselves represented in this arena. You are.
Representation matters, but the night belonged to Hadestown. The musical won 8 Tony Awards, including Best Musical.
So good. The Tony, did you see the red carpet? Billy Porter.
It was fabulous. You're not going to do this little number with me? Thanks for nothing. Gwyneth Paltrow is making news this morning. She revealed her unconventional living arrangements with her second husband.
Paltrow tells the Sunday Times that she hasn't lived with her new hubby, Brad Falchuk, full time since they got married last fall. She said he spends 4 nights a week at her house, but the other 3 nights when he has his 2 children, he sleeps at his own house.
Paltrow says it keeps their relationship fresh. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, for those of us who work these overnight shifts and have a spouse. Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Next, Microsoft is cranking up the buzz for its next gaming console.
It's called the Xbox Project Scarlet. Microsoft says it will offer graphics twice as sharp as the average TV.
It will launch next year for the holiday season, along with a new version of the space war game Halo.
A woman visiting Maine learned the hard way how to keep her lobster roll to herself.
She was trying to snap a picture of her mouth-watering meal when an eagle-eyed seagull caught sight of it. The bird then swooped in. She had to spend another $21 for a new one. But you know what she did get? She got 200,000 likes on Twitter.
Mine? Mine? Mine?
That's mine.
My lobster roll.
My lobster roll.
Walgreens, save your skin today. All sun care products are now buy one, get one 50% off.
Guys, what's the matter?
I heard there were fleas out here.
And ticks.
And mosquitoes.
Listen up, scaredy cats. We all have K9 Advantix 2 to protect us. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too.
There's a school out there that brings learning to life. Connections Academy uses technology to foster real learning and collaboration. Personalized, flexible, future-ready, led by teachers who raise the bar. Connections Academy brings school to life.
What's more common than the common cold? Vaginal itch. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. Vagisil creams and wipes, the #1 itch experts, can help stop itch instantly. No itch, no shame. Vagisil, shameless about vaginal health.
Ancestry DNA is only $59 for Father's Day. And with new features and richer stories, it can show Dad where he's from and strengthen the bonds you share. It's only $59 at Ancestry.com. Give it to Dad for Father's Day.
Wake up to great tasting flavor. Belvita breakfast biscuits. Flavors like delicious blueberry or decadent chocolate, gently baked in a tasty biscuit. Belvita breakfast biscuits. It's time to taste the day.
Want to brain better? Say hello to Muriva, a new brain supplement with clinically proven ingredients that fuel 5 indicators of brain performance: focus, accuracy, memory, learning, and concentration. Muriva.
Checking our top stories, former Major League Baseball star David Ortiz is recovering after police say he was shot in the back at a nightclub in his native Dominican Republic. Police call the attack an ambush. The suspect is in custody.
Weather is being blamed for a deadly crane collapse in Dallas. A woman was killed when the equipment toppled onto an apartment building. The crane also hit a garage. Winds topped 70 miles per hour.
The managers of California's Santa Anita Racetrack are refusing to cancel races despite the deaths of 2 more horses. They died over the weekend, raising the number of horses that have died at the track to 29 since late December. Critics say the track should be closed down.
Today's weather, heavy rain expected in the northeast. It finally starts to dry out in parts of the Midwest. Some showers in the southeast and a heat wave from Arizona to Oregon.
Finally from us this Monday, 4 brave teenagers in Oklahoma risking their own lives to save a neighbor.
The young heroes rushed into a burning home, and for a 90-year-old grandmother, it was just in the nick of time. Here's ABC's Tom Yamas.
The lights and sirens were impossible to ignore.
Fire is requesting medical. It is a house fire. They do have a patient that needs medical.
I was getting ready for bed, and I turned around,
The head of my bed was covered with flames.
90-year-old Catherine Ritchie, home alone, her bed engulfed in flames.
It smelled kind of like burning rubber.
Yeah, like burning rubber.
That's when her quick-thinking neighbors jumped into action. These 4 teenagers who lived near Tulsa, Dylan, Seth, Nick, and Wyatt, were heading out for the night when they saw the smoke and flames.
I just kind of hurt her.
Inside, Catherine was frantically trying to put the fire out, but then another problem, the smoke.
By that time, the smoke was so bad I couldn't see to get out of my room.
Catherine starts to get disoriented. The 4 boys trying to get into her house to help. Finally, 14-year-old Nick manages to get in through a back door.
I went to the right of the house. There was no one there. Then I went to the left of the house, and then I saw her in the hallway.
This young boy was right there, and he picked me up, and I said, I can walk, and he said, we're getting out of here.
Catherine and the 4 teens somehow made it out. Firefighters able to stop the flames before they spread to the rest of the house. Recently, the boys went back inside Catherine's home to see the damage and take it all in.
Like, ever since that night, my life has just changed. For the better or for the better?
As for Catherine, at 90, her life has also changed. She now knows she has new friends watching over her.
That's what I have to think. They were just special, as young as they were.
Some new friends, some good neighbors.
Absolutely, and one of them, an aspiring firefighter.
There you go.
Very impressive.
At the right place at the right time.
That's what's making news in America this morning.
Stay with us for Good Morning America. Have a great day.
Catch Island Sports with Cody Krupp, weekends on KITV4. Now, from KITV4, Island News, this is Good Morning Hawaii.
Coming up on Good Morning Hawaii, neighbors fed up as a serial tire slasher hits the streets of Kalihi, hitting more than a dozen cars. Plus, it's been a headache for drivers with the Pali Highway being closed for months, but now it's one step closer to reopening. We'll tell you the new Sunday schedule when you can hit the road. And homeless in Kaka'ako banding together, how they're working to combat crime in their community and fighting for a place to call their own. Good morning, Hawaii. Thanks for waking up with us at 4:30 on your Monday morning. I'm Tom George. Maleko has the morning off. But before we get to your top stories, we want to get a check on your weather and your traffic. Mika's back again. We're back for day 3.
That's right, Tom. We had this yesterday and the day before. But you know what? The weather is shaping up to be pretty nice for our Monday. Back to work Monday. Right now, our temperatures at 73 degrees here in town. Our wind speeds coming in from the north at 5 miles per hour. So we are looking at lighter winds for today. Overall, though, things are looking good. Like I mentioned, our wind speeds in the single digits for most of the state. So we're looking at just 8 mile per hour winds for Kahului, over on the Big Island, 5 for Hilo, and 8 for Kailua Kona. Our temperatures right now feeling a little bit more comfortable. So 69 for Lanai City, 71 for Kahului, and if you're waking up out in Wahioa right now, your temperatures are at 66 degrees. In terms of trade showers, we're seeing most of the activities for the southern half of the state, so not much rain for the Garden Isle. You're staying relatively dry there. As we make our way over to Oahu, we aren't seeing very much rain, just a few isolated Mocha showers right now. But again, relatively dry and stable conditions, and that's what we're expecting for most of our day. Maui County, you've got a few windward scattered showers, and for the Big Island, just a little bit of shower activity for the east side of the island. We'll take a quick checkup of our surf, where things are looking pretty quiet. If you're thinking about hitting the beach, 2 to 4 for south, 2 to 3 for east-facing shores, 1 to 3 out west, and 2 to 3 for our north-facing shores. Overall highs 89 to 94 degrees. Our trades return tomorrow, so our winds are light and variable, and then they'll stick around for the rest of the week. That's a checkup of your weather. Let's take it out to the roadways with our traffic. No major accidents to let you know about. Here's a checkup of your drive times right now. 20 minutes from Hawaii Kai to Honolulu, and if you're making your way out from Waianae to town, 68 minutes from Ewa Beach to Honolulu, 28 minutes, and we'll give you a quick checkup of Kamehameha and the Pali, where just a heads up, we do have that contraflow in the Kailua bound lanes from 5 until 9 o'clock, 5 this morning in the Kailua bound direction. That'll be open from 3 until 7. That's a checkup of your weather and your traffic. Tom, back over to you.
All right, thanks, Mika. Well, homeless in Kaka'ako want state land to live on. They want to set up their own community within the larger Oahu community. Kapo'eo Kaka'ako, or the people of Kaka'ako, says it hopes to start its own neighborhood watch program to cut down on crime as it builds its own sanctuary space. The group drafted rules and expectations asking park residents to sign if they wanted to move to a safe area if and when it would become available. The group says it's working with Lieutenant Governor Josh Green to secure a parcel of land they can move to. They're modeling this community after Waianae's Pu'uhonua o Waianae.
We work with them literally weekly to help give these guys tips. Oh, you know, here's how you do this, here's how you do this. So they're trying to build an intentional community like the one out in Waianae that can take care of themselves, offer healing, offer hope, and offer purpose.
Now, some of the homeless say living in a shelter means they have to leave behind a support system and belongings, while others feel they'll be ending up back on the streets worse off than before. Now, the city does not support the idea of safe zones and sanctuaries. Officials say the increase in unsheltered homelessness increases the likelihood of their death. Well, Honolulu police are investigating a major vandalism spree along the streets in Kalihi. Police say nearly 20 cars had their tires slashed yesterday along Waikamilo Road, Kaimuali'i, and McNeil Street. KITV4 spoke to one victim who says they wish there was more security in the neighborhood. Multiple officers responded on scene, but no arrests have been made so far. Well, the man accused of stealing a car with an 11-year-old boy inside is scheduled for sentencing today. 36-year-old Kyle Douglas pleaded no contest for stealing a couple's rental car in Kailua last June. He was later arrested after crashing into another car in Kaneohe. Douglas faces up to 11 years in prison. Well, we have an update this morning on the ACLU of Hawaii's federal lawsuit against the State Department of Education over Title IX violations. In a May 29th filing, the DOE suggested the court drop the case because the girls filing the lawsuit graduated. The Deputy Attorney General also says he was on vacation, but a week later, the ACLU filed an objection accusing the state of stalling. The ACLU filed this class action lawsuit last December. They're accusing the state of violating Title IX requirements to give girls the same sports opportunities that boys have. The DOE has told KITV4 it cannot comment on pending litigation. Well, access to Pali Highway made traveling much easier for Oahu residents yesterday. The new schedule allows contraflow hours every Sunday. The highway will be open for Honolulu-bound traffic from 6 to 11:30 in the morning. And then Kailua and Kaneohe-bound traffic will be open between 12:30 in the afternoon to 6 o'clock at night.
Traveling halfway around the island every time I want to come to town. And this is my church, so Sundays is like takes twice as long.
Yeah, finally some relief for drivers. The State Department of Transportation hopes to reopen the entire Pali Highway in August. It's been mostly closed since February due to a rock fall. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Hawaii, early edition celebrating Hawaii's greatest king in our nation's capital. We'll go to Washington, D.C. to see how islanders and those across the country came together to honor the first king to unite the Hawaiian Islands.
KITV4 Island News, sponsored by Bank of Hawaii.
Now there's a technology that's lighting the way to a new mortgage for people all across Hawaii. Introducing Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii, Hawaii's leading lender. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii lets you apply for a home loan anytime from any device, making the mortgage and refi process faster and easier. Or work hand in hand with the loan experts from Hawaii's #1 mortgage team. So put the power of choice and control in your hands. Simplify Mortgage by Bank of Hawaii. Welcome to tomorrow.
From the moment you leave the beaten path and walk through our palm tree grove, you are greeted with aloha and treated like ohana. Come encounter an authentic Hawaiian experience at Paradise Cove, Hawaii's premier kama'aina luau. Enjoy Hawaiian games, live music, hula lessons, canoe rides, all topped off with a stunning sunset backdrop. As you delight in delicious Hawaiian food and colorful entertainment from across the Pacific. Make your reservations today by visiting ParadiseCove.com. Paradise Cove, Hawaii's best luau.
This room is always so full of positivity and love. Turn on Ellen, you will feel better.
Ellen at 4 p.m., followed by KITV4 Island News. Stay up to date on traffic and weather with Tasia Worley, weekday mornings on KITV4 Island News.
My cholesterol was going up, my blood pressures were going up, and my weight
was going up, and I didn't know what to do. But my doctor said to consider the Ekahi Ornish program. And after the 9 weeks, my weight was down. Now a total of 45 pounds. My blood pressures are normal, and my cholesterol is still normal. I feel better than I have in 20 years.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Back to Work Monday. Time now 4:38. We are looking at our surf right now. Thinking about hitting out the beach, 2 to 3 for east-facing shores, 2 to 4 for our south-facing shores, 1 to 3 out west, and 2 to 3 for our north-facing shores. We are looking at a couple of swells. We don't have any advisories, but a south-southwest swell expected to roll in Friday through our weekend. We're also tracking a small northwesterly swell that's expected to roll in by our Thursday. Let's take it island by island. Kauai, things are looking really good for you. We're going to see lots of sunshine this morning. That turns partly cloudy by the afternoon. Again, our winds are going to be light for today, so light and variable, coming in right around 10 to 15 miles per hour. We are looking at nice temperatures, though we could see some interior showers develop, again, for our interior and our leeward spots into the afternoon, but that should clear up as we head into our evening hours. 87 degrees for Kahului, another warm day. Things feeling a little bit more comfortable. We're slowly getting our trades back, but they're not really going to fully return until our Tuesday. Temperatures for Hilo getting up to 82 degrees, a little more in terms of clouds and some isolated showers there. So overall sunshine this morning. We will still see some sunshine by the afternoon, but again, leeward spots could see some of those clouds developing by the afternoon. Warm temperatures getting up to around 89, near 90 degrees, and those winds staying on the lighter side. Our trade winds do return by Tuesday, and then they're really sticking around for the rest of the week. That's a checkup of your weather. Let's take it out to the roadways with your traffic. Taking a look at Fort Weaver and Kolawaka, no major accidents or incidents to report of. We've got smooth sailing so far. As you make your way onto that freeway, here's Fort Weaver and Renton Road. We'll take it through H1 and Kumia right now, where again, there's not many cars out on the roadway, so things are looking good all the way through up that H1, H2 merge. And for your eastbound spots, here's a look at Kalaniana Ole Highway, where roadways are clear. That's a checkup of your weather and your traffic. Tom, over to you.
All right, thanks, Mika. Well, turning now to the race for 2020, a new poll of Democratic presidential candidates has former Vice President Joe Biden in the lead right now with 24%. But he was a no-show yesterday in Iowa, where the rest of the candidates took to the stage at the annual Hall of Fame dinner. Serena Marshall has more.
19 candidates, one state. Each hoping to make their mark in the state that plays a unique role in picking the next Democratic nominee.
They're ready for change, and I got a plan for that.
The Iowa caucus may be more than 230 days away, but the Democratic field is crowded. One way to hear what they all have to say, candidates speed dating. It was actually a fundraiser, but each one given just 5 minutes to make their pitch.
On all of these issues, there's a common sense way forward.
If you want a second date, go to TimRyanForAmerica.com.
One candidate not playing, former Vice President Joe Biden, at his granddaughter's high school graduation. He's still leading in the latest Iowa poll, though, and while many of the candidates throughout the weekend took veiled swipes at Biden, they didn't shy away from taking direct aim at the president.
The president has completely overblown what he purports to have achieved.
Over the deal with Mexico to avert the president's promised tariffs. That includes Mexico sending 6,000 troops to their own southern border. It had been promised months ago, but the administration saying not at this number. Acting Homeland Security Secretary on Fox News.
This is the first time we've heard anything like this kind of number of law enforcement being deployed in Mexico to address migration.
On Sunday, President Trump renewed his tariff threat, writing on Twitter, if their border deal fails, they can, quote, always go back to their previous very profitable position of tariffs. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
And in other news around the nation, top Democratic leaders are launching a series of hearings this week on Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report. They're intensifying their focus on the Russia probe, and they're picking up the pace on an investigative path that some hope will lead to impeachment of the president. The hearings will focus on the two main topics of Mueller's report, obstruction of justice and Russian election interference. And also in Washington, D.C., a lot of aloha in the nation's capital yesterday for the annual King Kamehameha lei draping ceremony. Dozens of people, both from Hawaii and the mainland, adorned the King Kamehameha statue inside the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center with lei. This year marks the 50th year of the statue's commemoration in Washington, D.C. The annual ceremony is a way of honoring the first king to unify all the Hawaiian Islands.
We're lucky here in the nation's capital to have a really vibrant and really big Hawaiian community on the East Coast.
Good to see some 808 love in D.C. And also this week, business leaders will join Hawaii U.S. Senator Mazie Hirono for the annual Hawaii on the Hill, highlighting local products. And a reminder, tomorrow's King Kamehameha Day is a state holiday. That means here on Oahu, the bus will be operating on a state holiday schedule. The People's Open Markets will be closed, as will all satellite city halls and driver's licensing centers. All on-street parking will be free except for the meters on Kalakaua Avenue along Queen Kapiolani Park. All right, well, still ahead on Good Morning Hawaii Early Edition, Hawaii dealing with a shortage of blood donations, how you can help save lives. We'll be right back.
So, what's the end thing in eggs and things? Rediscover Hawaii's original all-day breakfast and things at Eggs and Things. So, what's the end thing in eggs and things? Rediscover Hawaii's original all-day breakfast and things at Eggs and Things.
At Ace Auto Glass, our certified technicians install windshield glass according to the Auto Glass Safety Council's highest safety standards for glass replacement. We call it Ace SureSet Bonding. So be confident with Ace SureSet Bond of glass to your car or whatever you drive. And hey, Ace has free quotes at all 9 locations. Replace with Hawaii's clear choice, Ace Auto Glass.
From the smallest cottage to the largest house on the block, Wisteria Lane has something for everyone. Transform your home with one of our wide selection of flooring, a luxurious look for the everyday homeowner, and with an unbeatable pricing. Visit Wisteria Lane today.
Catch up on the day's top headlines with KITV4's Brenton Awa weekdays at 5.
In 1859, King Kamehameha IV and Queen Emma were inspired to build a hospital for the sick. Today, Queens has expanded to meet the growing needs of Hawaii, offering comprehensive heart care, advanced neurological services, a world-renowned cancer center, and Hawaii's only Level 1 trauma center. Caring for our community, the royal legacy continues. The Queens Medical Center, celebrating 160 years.
The Queens Medical Center, Hawaii's healthcare leader for 160 years.
This is Good Morning Hawaii.
Good morning, happy Monday. Welcome back. Time now 4:45. Well, when school's out during the summer, students are on break, and the Blood Bank of Hawaii says that impacts their blood supply. KITV4's Nicole Tam explains why this is something everyone should be worrying about.
The need for blood is high this summer, as the Blood Bank of Hawaii faces a shortage because high school donors make up 13% of the stock.
We're starting to feel that summer pinch a little bit, and it can't be grown on a farm, it can't be made in a lab. There's one source, and it's our amazing volunteer donors.
Donations are used daily for surgeries, cancer treatments, even transplants. The facility relies on 200 volunteer donors a day to provide for 18 hospitals in the state. It also wants to stock up in case a storm approaches the islands during hurricane season.
We're 3,000 miles from any landmass. We're incredibly vulnerable. And that's important to keep in mind, especially during hurricane season, because it's the blood on the shelf that saves lives.
Dustin Guillermo has been giving blood every 8 weeks since November 2003. He says he keeps coming back because he was always told to help others.
My grandma would always tell me, if you see somebody in need of help, help them. Even though you don't know them, just go ahead and help them. I know how many people out there need my blood as well as all the other blood donors, so and I know what happens after I donate.
He also motivates people around him to donate. Meanwhile, I had my first experience today.
The average drawing time is about 5 to 6 minutes, and each pint of blood saves 3 lives.
The Blood Bank also launched a new social media campaign to show you're tough enough with the hashtag BloodBankTough to encourage more donors.
It doesn't necessarily take muscle to be tough. It takes the desire to save lives and the courage to face that needles.
Saving lives, one pint at a time. Nicole Tam, KITV4 Island News.
Pretty brave of Nicole getting the needle herself there. All right, well, an 84-year-old Texas man is now the oldest living kidney donor in the United States. Frank Dewhurst was out for a walk in his Austin neighborhood when he saw a neighbor's sign, "I'm type O and I need a kidney transplant, please help me." So he ended up being a match and he decided to donate. The procedure went well, and now 72-year-old Linda Nall has a new kidney. Dewhurst and Nall are both doing great, and Dewhurst says he hopes others who are healthy will also donate, no matter how old they are. Great story there. Well, right now, here's a live look through our Hilo Hawaiian hotel cam. It's still a little bit dark there. We want to head back to weather and traffic. It's been pretty rough the last couple of days, Mika, but hopefully the trades may be coming in a little bit better.
Tom. Yeah, that heat is just killer. But you know what? We don't have our trades for today. They're staying pretty light and variable. But the good news is we can expect them to return for tomorrow. And as soon as they do, they'll last throughout the week. Right now, though, our temperature is 73 degrees. Our wind speed's coming in light from the north at just 5 miles per hour. Right now, our forecast winds are showing that they're going to stay light for today, but like I mentioned, shifting out to the east, our trades expected to bump up as we head into our Tuesday, and then they're really going to ramp up as we head into our weekend. So we do have some relief on the way. This high pressure that was fueling our trades over the past couple of days getting pushed out by this front that's making its way closer to the islands. That's what's going on with the big weather picture. Overall, though, we are looking at pretty dry and stable conditions. So our forecast rainfall really not showing too much moisture over the next couple of days, but we are expecting the possibility for some more clouds and possibly some isolated showers to develop over our interior section thanks to our light winds today. Right now, just a few trade showers over the southern half of the state, mostly our windward areas. So Hilo waking up to a few isolated showers. Same for windward areas of Maui. Relatively dry here on Oahu and for Kauai. Let's take it island by island, where our temperature is getting up to the upper 80s for Kauai. Over on Oahu, 84 for Waimanalo, 87 for Makaha, and 88 degrees for Kapolei. So still a warm day. Our temperatures coming down just a notch, though. 82 for Hana McKenna. Your high is still getting up to the 90s. And over on the Big Island, cloudy conditions for the east side. Overall, our daytime highs 89 to 94 degrees. That's a checkup of your weather. Let's take a quick look at the roadways. Here's a look at H1 and Waikele, where traffic is still smooth sailing. We do have just a bit of touch and go traffic, though. We'll take it a little closer into town at that H1, H2 merge, where the roadways are clear. Here's a look at Moanalua Freeway and Fort Shafter. And of course, as we take it into town, we're not seeing too much traffic at that H1 and Middle Street merge. Over on the east side, roadways are clear. And as we take it over to our windward areas, we'll take a look at the Pali Highway, where Laima Road is looking good. Tom, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Miko. Well, turning now to entertainment news, neither of the new movies in theaters did as well as expected, but one still had a reason to celebrate. For the latest on what's going on in Hollywood, here's Christopher Watson.
This is nice. Box office bragging rights, such as they are, go to The Secret Life of Pets 2. It opened in first with $47.1 million, just shy of the $50 million it was expected to make, but less than half of the $104.3 million the 2016 original opened with.
And if you stop fighting that force inside you.
Worst news for Dark Phoenix. The X-Men franchise finale posted a $33 million opening. Good for second, but far below expectations and the worst ever X-Men movie opening. One tour ends, another begins. Celine Dion wrapped her long-running Las Vegas residency Saturday night before a sold-out crowd. While in Los Angeles the night before, Jennifer Lopez kicked off her It's My Party World Tour. It was 12 years ago today that HBO broadcast the final episode of The Sopranos. The late James Gandolfini starred as mob boss Tony Soprano for 6 seasons over 8 years. The Sopranos won 21 Emmys, 2 Peabodys, and is considered one of American television's greatest ever episodic dramas. And Austin Powers actress and model Elizabeth Hurley is 54. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
Well, former Boston Red Sox first baseman David Ortiz is in stable condition this morning after he was shot in the Dominican Republic. Multiple people have now been arrested in connection with that shooting. A police spokesman says Ortiz was outside a bar in Santo Domingo when he was shot in the back. A friend of Ortiz was also shot. According to reports there, bystanders attacked the suspect, who is now in the hospital. And Hawaii native Shane Victorino, former teammate of Ortiz, tweeted out, quote, "Prayers for my brother, David Ortiz. Hearing all this news is so disheartening," end quote. Well, still ahead on Good Morning Hawaii, early edition, one of the Big Island's most popular attractions will be closed today while they need some time off to eradicate a pesky problem for visitors. We'll be right back.
Whether you're a professional or a weekend warrior, you are only as good as your clubs. Come visit us at Pro-Am Golf. Check out our new PXG fitting suite that will match you up perfectly with the right set of clubs, not to mention personal instructors to help perfect your technique. We are the largest locally owned dealer of golf equipment in Hawaii. With competitive pricing, selection, and Hawaii's only repair shop open 7 days a week, we are sure you won't want to go anywhere else than Pro-Am Golf. Hawaiian Financial Federal Credit Union. Through all of life's milestones, we're here for you for life.
You know, you don't need to wait on the sun to say good morning, Hawaii.
Lots of people are up before dawn, and we are too.
Join Good Morning Hawaii weekdays at 4:30 in the morning to get an early start on everything you need for your day.
Catch Island Sports with Cody Krupp, weekends on KITV4.
Card reward, miles or cash?
Give me the cash. Cash.
Definitely cash.
Miles expire.
Cash doesn't.
2% cash back on purchases or mostly 1%?
2%.
2%.
Is this a trick question?
Then there's unlimited rewards or lots of restrictions.
I'll take unlimited. Unlimited? Unlimited all the way.
Unlimited.
Get the new 2% unlimited cashback card. That's 2% on purchases everywhere, every time. From American Savings Bank. Real life, real answers.
Good morning, Hawaii. Welcome back and happy Monday. No major accidents to let you know about yet this morning. As we take a look at our drive times, here's what you're working with. 18 minutes coming from the east side to town, from Waianae to Honolulu, about a 71-minute commute, and out from Ewa Beach, you've got just over a half hour as you're heading into town this morning. Taking a look at our live cameras, H1, H2 merge, things are looking good as you're heading into town. We do have some touch and go traffic as we were looking at Ka'ahumanu overpass as you're heading eastbound. We'll take a look, cycling through our cameras at Aiea Heights overpass, still looking pretty clear out there. That's a look at your traffic. Let's take it over to our weather. We are looking at pretty nice conditions for today, although our winds are going to be on the lighter side. The good news is they're bumping up for our Tuesday, and they're going to last throughout the week. So by the weekend, we're looking at nice and breezy conditions. But for today, don't expect much relief in terms of our wind. Our temperature is still hot for today. Overall, as we take a look at our Doppler radar, not much rainfall activity for the northern half of the state. So Oahu and for Kauai, we're staying relatively dry. As we take it over to Maui and the Big Island, we are seeing just a few isolated showers over Hilo this morning and windward areas of Maui County. Taking a look at the surf, 2 to 4 for south, 2 to 3 for north, 2 to 3 out east, and 1 to 3 for our west-facing shores. Overall for today, lots of sunshine this morning. As we head into our afternoon, we could see some clouds and some isolated showers develop over our interior and leeward spots just because of those light winds, and we could see some sea breezes develop as well. Warm afternoon, our temperature is getting up to 89 to 90 degrees. So again, it is going to be hot out there. Our winds not really helping us too much, but like I mentioned, by Tuesday, we are expecting our trades to return. So 10 to 20 coming in from the east, and we're looking at the weekend, those really ramping up. So by Saturday and Sunday, our easterly trades coming in 10 to 25 miles per hour. Tom, over to you.
Those trades coming soon. Thanks, Miko. Well, on Hawaii Island, part of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park will be closed today. That's because of a little fire ant eradication work. The steam vents parking lot will be closed from 8 o'clock this morning until noon. The trail from the parking lot to the steaming bluff will also be closed. The park will treat steam vents every 4 to 6 hours until all those ants are gone. Well, time now 4:56. We're working on some news stories for you coming up in the next hour. Coming up at 5, Google in hot water this morning, why users say they're not working quickly enough to take down hate speech from YouTube targeting the LGBT community. And the future is now. Pretty cool space tourism blasting off next year, but it's not cheap. How much you'll have to shell out for an out-of-this-world ticket. And the latest on a former football star now accused of killing his girlfriend, why friends of the couple say the warning signs were there. We'll be right back after the break.
Experience the bold, crispy, mouth-watering flavors Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen is serving up in each and every bite, providing closed captioning for KITV4 Island News.